I want to tell you about forgetting. Not the kind where a memory fades slowly over years until you can barely recall the shape of it. The kind that happens to you. The kind where someone looks at you and decides you are not worth remembering. That is what happened in the prison, and it is the hardest part of this story to tell. The prison Potiphar sent me to was not an ordinary prison. It was the place where Pharaoh's prisoners were kept, which meant it was full of men who had once been important and were now nothing. Men who understood exactly what had been taken from them because they had known what it was to have it. I understood them. I was one of them. But something happened in me in that prison that I cannot fully explain. The same thing that had happened in Potiphar's house. I started doing the next thing, not because I believed it would lead anywhere, not because I had a plan, but because the alternative was to stop. And stopping felt like agreeing with everything that had been done to me.
All supplies are accounted for, my lord.
Good. Everything is in order.
I was not willing to agree. The keeper of the prison noticed, and slowly, the way Potiphar had noticed, the way careful people always notice, he began giving me responsibility. First small things, then larger ones, until I was effectively running the prison from the inside. I find that almost amusing now. Almost. Two men arrived one day who would change everything, though I did not know it then. Pharaoh's cupbearer and his baker. Both had offended the king in some way. Both had been thrown into custody. Both ended up in my care. One morning I noticed they were troubled. Their faces carried the particular weight of men who had dreamed something they couldn't understand. I knew that weight. I asked them what was wrong. They told me they had each dreamed, and there was no one to interpret. I said something then that I still believe with everything I have. Do not interpretations belong to God? Tell me your dreams. Not because I was confident in my own ability, but because I had learned by then that the gifts God places in you don't disappear just because your circumstances do. The pit didn't take the dreams. Potiphar's prison didn't take the interpretation. What God puts in you is not dependent on what men do to you. I interpreted their dreams. The cupbearer's dream meant restoration. In 3 days, he would return to Pharaoh's service. I told him plainly, and then I asked him for something. Remember me when it is well with you. Mention me to Pharaoh. Get me out of this place. I was stolen from the land of the Hebrews, and I have done nothing to deserve this pit. That is the only time in the entire story that I asked for something. One request to one man, and he forgot me. 2 years passed. 2 years of waiting for a door that never opened. 2 years of serving faithfully. 2 years of believing that doing the right thing would eventually matter. And nothing happened. I have been asked whether I doubted God during those years. The honest answer is yes. There were days when the silence felt less like presence and more like absence. But faith is not the absence of those days. Faith is what you do with them. I kept getting up. I kept serving. I kept believing that the story was not finished. That is grace. If you are in a season of being forgotten right now, if you did the right thing and it cost you, and the one person who could have helped you walked away and forgot your name, I know that place. The cupbearer forgot me, but God did not. Stay with me.